What's up, y'all? My name is Andrea de la Rainbow. I am a sacred sexuality educator and a holistic intimacy guide and coach. Yes, it is a mouthful, and yes, that is how we like it. I'm here to talk to you today about an important conversation that you could be, and I dare say should be, having if you are interested in engaging in sexual behavior with another human. This is going to help eliminate all of those moments where you're like, oh, what did I do? Oh, they don't want the same thing that I do. Oh, the list goes on of all of the reasons why you could regret connecting with a person. This conversation requires that you are mature and honest with yourself and one another about what is here in between you. So when you can feel it heading in the direction of, okay, I think let's do this. That's when you pause, maturity, and you invite, like, hey, let's have this important conversation so that we can check and make sure that we're on the same page. Because if not, let's just not waste our time. But if we are, then we will know that we can feel safe and connected and honored, respected. So the conversation can be guided by an acronym that goes RBDSM. And I'm going to add TA at the end. You may have heard in different tantric and conscious intimacy circles, RBDSM. And outside of those circles, you have likely heard of just BDSM. So there's a lot of letters flying around in the air here. The point is that the very basic and simple acronym of BDSM can help you to remember the framework of this one. We are not here to talk about bondage and dominance and submission and sadomasochism. That's for another story. Today, we utilize that acronym to remember. We add an R to the top and TA to the bottom. R, BDSMTA. So now we break it down, beginning with R. This is a good place to start. R means relationship. So as you're about to engage in a connection with this person, you reveal to them, what kind of relationship are you looking for? What kind of relationship do you desire? What relationships might you already be in if you're in any sort of non-conventional relationship structure? What relationships in your life might this connection be affected by? So that could be, like, even if you live with your sister and she has feelings about you having people over all the time. It could be simple like that. It could be any layers of what feels relevant to share about your relationship status. Okay, so both people go through that. You can do this structure as one person goes through all of them, or you can bounce back and forth. It's up to you. RB is boundaries. So once you've gotten past the relationship structure and you are in agreement, perhaps you might stop there. If one person says that they want to be in a committed monogamous relationship with the person that they're engaging sexually with, and the other person says, nope, I want to have multiple partners, then boom, you can stop there and not waste any more time. You can know that you don't want the same thing and continue or go on with your lives. So then we come to boundaries. Once you're in agreement that you want to keep going, what are your boundaries? So perhaps that could be, boundaries can be anything, right? How do you define what you want to experience tonight? Maybe I'm available for kissing and fondling over the clothes, and that's it. Or maybe I'm available for not kissing, just building erotic energy on the dance floor, and again, fondling over the clothes. Or maybe I'm available to take my clothes off and no penetration. You can see it can be any variety of what you're available for. And this is where it requires that you are mature enough to really be clear about what your needs are, what would help you to feel like you are taking care of yourself and really honoring what feels good to you, what feels true to your values. R, B, D. D is desire. So this also requires maturity and getting really clear about how how you plan to engage with another person. Like I can say that what I really desire is to just lay back and be worshiped. Or what I really desire is to worship you. Or I desire that we try this one position, or we play this particular game where we both get to experience one another giving and receiving. I desire hands only play. There are places where the boundaries and the desires can get a little bit blurry. That might be more of a boundary. But I think you pick up what I'm putting down here. Your desires are pretty clear. What do you want? Naming that so that the other person can really check in and feel into, are they available to meet you in your desires? RBDS, sexual health. So this one is only relevant if you are intending to engage in a sexual way where sexual health matters. If you only want to make out, maybe you don't even need to talk about this one. So you can gauge this based on what you've already discussed in the previous conversation, sharing with one another what is relevant. RBDSM, meaning. So what is the meaning that you would make of this experience? So if you are going to engage in a sexual encounter with this person, and to you, that would mean that you are developing a deeper connection with them, you are opening up and being vulnerable, and therefore you are having an expectation that that would mean that you are now boyfriend and girlfriend. That's an important distinction to clarify. It may mean just a fun time for one night. If both of you are in agreement of that, then that's fine. But it's important to get clear on what it would mean to each of you so that you can both hold that in a good way. Now we come to T, RBDSMT. T is trauma. So this is where you're getting really vulnerable around what sort of experiences you might be carrying that could come up in your sexual experience. For example, if I have a tendency to go into a freeze state when somebody pinches my nipples because I have had a previous traumatic experience around that, I would share that, right? So that this person can just be informed and help to really meet my needs and take care of me. Yeah, this can look a variety of different ways, and you get to use your discernment about what feels appropriate to share with this person. You don't need to dump all of your trauma on them, but this is about informing them about what they may expect in regards to what's about to happen, what they could expect, right? Being self-responsible about you and your past and the way that you and your body mind show up in a sexual experience. RBDSMTA, we've made it to the last letter. A is aftercare. And so this is getting clear about what kind of aftercare matters to you. Are you the kind of person that will orgasm and then get up and go make yourself a snack? And then go watch TV and leave the person in bed? Are you the kind of person that needs to feel held and cuddled, and sweet kisses on your forehead, and maybe a snack brought to you. So this is another place where it blends a bit with your desires, but it's very specific to the aftercare realm. It could also relate to the next day, the following days. Like, how would you like to interact later? Like, oh, it would feel really good to me if you would send me a text message tomorrow just to check in and let me know that you are still connected to me, or in a week, or whatever that looks like. Again, this is all up to your own clarity and discernment. And it's okay if you don't know these things, but the invitation is that you're willing to be in discussion and conversation around them with the person that you're about to engage sexually with. And to that, if you feel that you cannot speak and express these things to the person that you are about to engage with, then honey, what are you doing opening your legs for this person? It's none of my business how you relate to other people, but I am in the business of creating a world in which we are relating in ways that we don't have to clean up the mess from later, right? That we feel an integrity with. And in order to do that, you get to be clean and clear with yourself. You get to be honest with yourself and with this other person. And sometimes that might mean that during this conversation, you come to a no. You come to the place where you realize, like, damn, we are not in agreement. So I guess that means that we get to recalibrate what we thought was going to happen. And maybe there's an alternative. Maybe we thought we were going to have sex, but instead we can cuddle and make out, or we can turn on some sexy music and just build some erotic energy with dancing. You can find alternatives, but the point is that you are being clean and clear and honest. That is how we relate in integrity. That's how we take care of ourselves and one another. Thank you for listening. Thank you for taking this into your world and integrating it and practicing it, sharing it with the people around you. When we practice this practice, we create better relationships. And that's a win-win to me. So bless you and your relationships. Let's all win, baby. Again, I'm Andrea de la Rainbow, sacred sexuality educator and holistic intimacy guide and coach. You can find my information in my bio if you are intrigued and would like to learn more about working with me.